In 1958, Richard Loving, a white man, married Mildred Jeter, a black woman, in the District of Columbia. Happily pronounced as husband and wife, the Lovings came back to their home in Virginia about 5 weeks later. The state government, just hearing of the recently established marriage in Caroline County, stormed their house one night after they fell asleep and charged them with 1 year in jail, the punishment for the felony that they had committed. Pleading guilty to the charges, the Lovings' sentence was suspended for 25 years on the condition that they would not return to Virginia together. After this was ruled by the judge, the Lovings moved to D.C., where they lived until they decided to fight back against the state in 1963. This case eventually made it to the Supreme Court in 1967, where after much debate, the court decided that marriage was one of the basic civil rights of man. The state government then added a section onto the Virginia Code. All marriages between a white person and a colored person shall be absolutely void without any decree of divorce or other legal processes. Interracial marriage was legalized in the United States as a result of the Loving versus Virginia case, and state laws forbidding the interracial marriage were invalidated. Now, in modern times, we've got ourselves our own Loving versus Virginia case, same-sex marriage. Right now, many states are reluctant to take on the gay marriage case. Some think it will be too brutal a battle. However, David Beckel, a marriage project director for Lambda Legal, says, I think the day will come when the lesbian and gay community will have its own Loving versus Virginia. Many people today still refer back to the Loving versus Virginia case for many marital rights situations. Many of those who argue against same-sex marriage are using religion to back them up, seeing as U.S. permits freedom of religion. However, those opposed are fighting an uphill battle because most of the states have already legalized it, 32 to be exact, and only 12 states still have made it illegal. The remaining 6 are still under court review. What is so similar about these two cases is that the opposing side is using religion as their main case against the defensive. A quote by Judge Leon M. Basil states, Almighty God created the races white, black, yellow, Malay, and red, and he placed them onto separate continents. But for the interest with this arrangement, there would be no cause for such marriages. The fact that he separated the races shows that he did not intend for the races to mix. Basil was the judge for the lower portion of the Loving case before it had made it to the Supreme Court. All of the firm belief from these judges in non-interracial marriage because of religion was present in the Virginia prosecution against it. It is recorded that they said things like they wanted to prevent the corruption of blood, preserve racial integrity of its citizens, and that interracial marriage of its citizens of racial pride. But after all of this, the Lovings still won the right to live in Virginia after they were married. And now the case is used as one of the biggest referral cases in the gay marriage campaign. The majority of the public is actually now fine with same-sex marriage, but for the reason of the postponement of its national trial is that the government is letting the country get accustomed. The battle of same-sex marriage has finally reached a turning point, and like the Loving vs. Virginia case, it will be a battle hard won. The world is filled with controversy, and we ask you to wonder what issue will come next and how it will be overcome.